How's it going, everyone? And welcome to the session overview for Signals, as suggested by Kayleen on Instagram. This one is a song that is pretty much entirely me. The only section in which any other member of the band had any involvement was in the bridge here, where the spoken word stuff is. And the little choir section that I really wish I could have had the opportunity to tune. But that's not really anything else. Yes, words. I can do words, I promise. Nothing else was done by anybody else except for me. I did all the production on this, and all the writing and everything. Is a song that goes all the way back to 2022. November 2022, about a partner of mine, an ex-partner of mine now. And yeah. Let's break it down. So let's go from top to bottom here. We have this little ghost kick thing here, which if I were to play it, you'd hear nothing. That's because I don't have it routed to go out of anything at all. So if I route it to the stereo out, this is the sound that's playing. Hang on. Just a little, like, noise kick that I made. Just in Serum. Speaking of that, actually, I will say I don't actually have the original session for this anymore. It's on my archive drive, and I wasn't able to find time in order to download it and set everything back up, so I can't actually show you all the individual presets and crap that I made for this song. But I can still show you the entire mix session. Anyway, so that ghost kick is used for all the pumping that you hear in the song, so all the little ducking that you hear. If I get rid of this, it's what we call sidechain compression in the business. Very, very typical of this, well, not of this genre specifically, but of electronic music. I really like how it sounds. I used to have that sidechain be a lot stronger than it actually is, but setting it kind of weaker was a better idea. So that's just going on throughout the entire track underneath all the drums. And, yeah. That's pretty much all there is to say about that ghost kick. The main kick here, this guy. So this guy is, this is just a kick based off of a Lindrum sample. And the Lindrum, I believe it's called the LM1, the Lindrum LM1. Is like the quintessential synthwave drum piece of hardware. It was an original piece of hardware from the 1980s, and it's very, very common to hear in modern synthwave stuff or samples that try to replicate it. And I found some pretty damn good Lindrum samples, and this kick is one of them because I really like how this sounds. And then you pair it with this snare, because this kick is just 4 on the floor the whole time. You pair it with the snare, and it sounds really cool. Which, this snare, I love how this snare sounds. And, of course, you add in the toms here, which are, again, Lindrum samples, and they're also panned already. So, they're like left ear, right ear crap, if you listen to it. It's pretty cool. And then we get to this fill. Then the hat here, I know it's called drums, but it's just a hi-hat and cymbals and crap. This is done in Superior Drummer. In the chorus, it switches to a ride cymbal. Pretty cool. And then this comp bus is just everything mixed together and then compressed very heavily. So if I were to just turn everything else off. Also with a lot of reverb on it, apparently. And I had to do some general taming of everything here in order to get it sounding decent. Apparently I left the reverb on for the comp bus. Ah, well. Doesn't really matter. But yeah. That's why there was reverb on these, yeah. Gets a little bit more attitude behind the drums. It's pretty cool. Here we have all of the effects and crap. Really? Sorry, I've just switched to Cubase 13, and I'm still learning how it works. But all these samples here, these are samples from Splice. You can find them pretty easily. This little uplifter. Nice little downlifter. Oh, except for this white noise pump. This is just a little extra noise thing that I add under a lot of these EDM productions. Or no, that one is actually from Splice, I think. If not, I just made it in Serum and just had it tied to the sidechain, but considering it is actually being sidechained, I assume I didn't. Anyway, these go on kind of throughout the entire thing. There's also this downlifter, which I've used since, like, 2017. It's really nice. Put all this together with all the drums. Pretty cool. In the bass here, we have two little bass elements. And they both, well, one of them starts with a high-pass filter on it. Just opens, or a low-pass filter, sorry. And there's a little sub-bass underneath it. It's just basically doing the exact same thing an octave down or two. Can't remember exactly what it was. Anyway, kind of all there is to say about that. Nothing particularly special, just like also EQ'd, just taking it out of the way of the kick. Then we get to all the chords and crap, all the synth stuff here. For starters, we have this, which I call it Nautilus because that's what the name of the preset is in Spitfire Labs, under the Granular Whale Song library for that program, and it's really nice. It's really cool. That just goes on underneath all the big sections. I think it sounds really nice. Then we got this little pulse here. This is a preset that I made in Serum, which is based on kind of a synthesizer that deadmau5 uses. Basically just this like side chain, like it gets a little pulse on the upbeat, so. And it also evolves and like opens up throughout the course of different sections until like the chorus where it's fully open. Pretty cool. In the last chorus, there's also just a straight supersaw. Which kind of fills out a lot more of the low-end sounds of this pulse one. Which is pretty cool. Then we have this E-piano. Famous. I love how this chord progression sounds. If you're curious how I came up with it, it was a case of, okay, I have this basic idea of like F major, C major, F major, A minor in that order, and like how can I kind of link them together and make the chords sound really cool? So you get this. It's like F9, F major, C, G with a 4, and then back to F9, F, G, A minor 7. A minor, minor 7, A minor. It's pretty cool. You double that with a piano here. This piano is also being heavily compressed by a program called OTT. It's over-the-top compressor, and when you put it together with this E-piano, it's so cool. Gives the, like, in context, it gives the E-piano, like, a little bit more pluck to it, if that makes sense. goes away for this section, just because it's not a big section, and I turn it on only for the big sections. And we get the wubby sign. This was a preset so good that I had to use it in other songs. And it just sounds like this. It's literally just a sine wave with heavy legato and vibrato on it. Pretty cool. And the second one, since it ends on this note, get a little glide down to the next note here. It's very slight, but you can kind of hear it. There's a little bit of a C in there. Pretty cool. That then gets doubled by this saw lead in the last chorus here. If we put it underneath the chords as well, it's really cool. I do love this melody. I will be lying if I said otherwise. Anyway, there's also this post-rock sound, which obviously I pointed out I do like to use a lot. It doubles the sine lead in the second chorus and the last chorus. It's not especially clean, but I actually kind of like that. But yeah, this is... I forget what the specific program itself was called. I think it was just the basic amp simulator. No, it was actually a Slate digital plugin. I believe it was VST Amp Rack. This looks right, actually. I think it was this one. Or no, it was THU. THU Slate. THU Slate. This is just an amplifier software. I forget what preset that I used, but I picked one and then threw a delay in front of it, and that's how you get this post-rock sound. I'm not going to leave that on there. But yeah, kind of all there is to say about that post-rock sound. Then we get to these rhythm guitars, which are also THU Slate. And this is a really nice sound. When paired with the chords here. Give me chugs. There's actually two different sets of rhythm guitars here. This one, I believe, was just a different tone. I did actually add an octaver. Cool. Typically like I do. There's also this guitar here, which has a pretty heavy filter on it that goes in the, in this little, like, bridge before the final chorus. I think it's also slightly lower gain, just to give it a more lo-fi sound. But yeah, kind of it for the rhythm guitars. These are all tracked on my Ernie Ball Music Man Majesty, which is great, because I love how it sounds. Now let's get to the vocals. As you can see, I did a lot of vocal layers here. That's not even touching on how many freaking layers were under this choir bus. Anyway, so here's the main vocal take here. I see the fires burn in the distant twilight around the broken clock but everything's alright. What did I do? Because I have turned off the vocal effects thing. Burn in the light. Oh, it's on the master bus, that's why. Around the broken clock, but everything's alright. Is it dry? Whispers in the dark, I found the well in me. My one true love gives me circle my heart in the morning glow. Come to my arms and say. Little break at the very end. In the dark of night I found you. Whispered stories of times gone by. What's fun is you can actually hear a few weird tuning artifacts just from me not really knowing how to tune vocals properly. You don't notice them in the final mix. If I'd asked you now, stories of times gone by. If I'd asked you now, I know that we'd miss the signals of when to try. And you pair that also with a verb on it. What covered my heart in darkness feels now as though it... Pretty cool. And it's also dubbed, frickin'... Why? Why does that not do? I don't understand this program now. Anyway, that's dubbed left and right with this little vocal guy. Dark of night, I found you. And an octave down. Of times gone by. If I'd asked you now, I know that we'd miss the signals of when to try. What covered my heart in darkness feels now as though it's disappeared. I blame myself for my downfall. And then at the very end, we add in all of these guys. Frickin'... Okay, I'm pressing Alt and Shift. That usually does just do what I frickin' need it to do, but now it doesn't. Frickin' Cubase! But now my mind is fully cleared. It's pretty cool. If we listen to all those individually... we have this one for starters. It's pretty high. My mind is fully cleared. This one, which is a little lower. My mind is fully cleared. And then this one, which is in falsetto, which also happens a little bit earlier. Just single note, gotta love that. And I hate how this little take here sounds. So I'm gonna play it with the main vocal take. Circle my heart in the morning glow. Come to my arms. Evidently was destroying my voice. Anyway, so then we got this choir bus, which is just me and Jonathan singing it. I would have loved to have been able to tune that, but since there's multiple voices, it won't work. Anyway, in the second verse here, which is shorter, we have this guy. In my car that night, I saw the twinkle in your eyes. For all we knew, our hearts would rise. It's pretty cool. Also, quite possibly the highest I've ever sung. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway. Well, sung comfortably, I guess. This was pretty comfortable. Circle my heart in the falling snow. It's pretty cool. And you have this harmony going next to it. Circle my heart in the falling snow. You pair those all together.
Circle my heart in the falling snow. Come to my arms and say.
It's pretty cool. And then also got in the upper octave. Sounds like this.
Circle my heart in the falling snow. Come to my arms and say.
It's pretty cool. And then these harmonies happen at frickin' God. These harmonies happen every other line.
Whisper stories of times gone by.
And of course here.
Signals of when to try. Signals of when to try.
When paired with all the other vocal crap.
Oh, that we miss the signals of when to try.
It's pretty cool. And we come over here, we have this spoken word section.
Hey, I wish I tried sooner. We both knew, but we were scared. Your feelings were there for longer, but we were never together for other reasons. What? And the taco!
Yeah, it's a separate take, but yeah. So this was supposed to be emulating like a phone call that I was giving to the person that this song is about. And then I start singing it, which we have this fun little effect here that I do in fact quite love.
In the dark of night I found you, whispered stories of times gone by. In the dark of night I found you, whispered stories of times gone by. If I let you now, I know that.
Of course it opens up there. I also love the drum fill that leads into this last chorus. We'll get to that in a second. But that kind of covers all the main vocal stuff. So let's just enjoy this little sections. Also, actually, let's take a look at the cool bass and crap that I do here. Okay, for frick's sake. That's gonna be annoying for a little bit. I love these chords, by the way.
Hey, I wish I tried sooner. We both knew, but we were scared. Your feelings were there for longer, but we were never together for other reasons.
Oh, I just made it less bright.
What?
What exactly did I...
Hey, I wish I tried sooner.
I guess I just thought it was too bright. Interesting.
We both knew, but we were scared. Your feelings were there for
Anyway,
longer,
this build up.
but we were never together for other reasons. What? In the dark of night I found you, whispered stories gone by.
This, though. Ready? Break out the campfire and the marshmallows. Pretty cool. And I do love this so much, just this drum fill. Yeah, it is really cool. There's also something about this chord progression when paired with the melodies.
We miss the signals of when to try. In the dark of night I found you.
I do want to try something at this moment. You're watching me do this live. Up a half step. I want to know what it sounds like. It's gonna sound weird, but like I have always wanted to hear this song up a half step, just because I do. This song is a half step down from where my favorite key of all time is, so I just want to know what it sounds like.
What? In the dark of night I found you. Whisper stories of times gone by. If I let you now, I know that
We miss the signals of when to try. In the dark of night I found
Oh, I should have released it like this. Damn it.
the times gone by. For the time we spent together, I'll let it go with a loving sigh. What covered my heart in darkness feels now as though it's disappeared. I blame myself for my downfall, but now my mind is fully clear.
But yes, I do love this key quite a lot. C sharp major or D flat major. I do love it. Just for this one chord. That one. Whoops, I hit my mic. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I gotta listen to this on my own time. Anyway, that's the breakdown for Signals. One of my not biased, but one of my personal favorite songs on the album, and apparently a lot of other people's too. Shoutouts again, Kayleen. I am actually personal friends with Kayleen, so yeah, she has told me personally that she really, really likes the song and thinks it's a really good jam, and that's fun because I do like this song quite a lot. Anyway, thank you guys very much for joining me. Next time, well, obviously, don't forget, please leave me suggestions for what I should take a look at next. We're 3 songs into going through the entire album, and I would love to hear what songs you guys would like to hear after this, because there's a lot of fun stuff and a lot of fun stories I can tell from some of this stuff. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave me suggestions in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.